EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us a dozen miles east of the National Mall at the home of the Commanders here in Landover, Maryland. Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. Here comes a return from the goal line. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And he is hit behind the line of scrimmage. The defense with a statement on the game's first play.
Mike, this defense talked all week about the importance of coming out fast and starting this game the right way. And it's less about the loss of yards there on that first play and more about just setting the tone. Hey, we're going to be here all day. We're bringing it. And boy, did they ever.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. A throw left side, caught by Sinnott. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, this is one of those times where you really see the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not the days of just go past the first down, turn around, catch it, and fall. We see so many guys around the league that with the ball in their hand, they're almost more running back than they are tight end.
Daniels now on 1st down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Now he'll air one out. That is hard. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Out of the gun, here's a run at the gut. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. He's got it at the 7, and he will score. Luke McCaffrey, touchdown Washington. That touchdown #1 for him on the year. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg, able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And they'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one complete to A.T. Perry.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Here's a first carry for their running back, and he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
And just like that, you go from 2nd and inches, where you think it's pretty much a given that you're going to move the chains, to now finding yourself in 3rd and 2 or 3. Great job by that defense. This completely changes this possession.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
This fielded inside the 35. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there.
Bring it back.
1st and 10. They'll throw with Daniels. He'll get this out to his running back. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Second and 7. And to pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. He's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
Off the play fake, here's Daniels. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try to get this one on the ground.
That's a heck of a stop by this defense early in this game, Mike, and it sets up a decision for the offense. You might be a little too far away to attempt a realistic field goal, but you might be a little too close to get anything out of the punt unit. I think I'm keeping the offense on. I'm trying to extend this drive, and I'm being aggressive here early.
Cade York and the field goal unit coming on the field. This will be from 56 yards away. York's kick is good. And the Commanders will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. He'll get that complete to Ross. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. One quarter in the books. 17-0, the early score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now they'll set up to throw. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route. And then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. That'll be intercepted. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception. And now, Greg, not only do they pick them, they turn it into a pick six.
And, Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it a second interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick six.
York, good on the extra point. And the Commanders are able to extend out to a 24-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Frankie Louvu there to make the play defensively.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. He locates his receiver. That's Perry. A gain of 21 on that pass play. 1st down, New Orleans.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Back to throw. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs.
3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Set to go now on 1st and 10. It'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Higgins sent in motion. They'll stick with him again. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold him to a gain of 2. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They need 8 as they come up for third down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was third down. To the ground after the penalty, and they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Right back to him on first down. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's third down. From the shotgun on third down, Daniels. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Commander's first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run it on the inside handoff. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. We'll try and set up the tight end screen. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play calling. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Now give on the ground. He's down inside the 10. A gain of 4. Now whistles. Timeout. 3 seconds left in this first half. Cade York and the field goal unit coming on the field. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. So we've hit halftime here in the home team. The Commanders are out on top. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Hi, Coach. Thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
All right, Mike, you know me. I tend to be an offensive guy, so if we're taking a big shot to start this half, I'm thinking touchdown. But rather, we go interception to begin the second half. Now, still an exciting play. I think we're going to see both sides willing to continue to take these risks, take these chances throughout the rest of this second half.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. The toss, they'll run, and he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and, man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36. They motion the slot man left. Right away, they'll set up to throw. A throw on the move is caught. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll try to hit him with a screen. On the move past the 40. And he'll be taken down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. A.T. Perry. Touchdown, Saints. So they take the shot downfield, and it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. What a big play that is, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. And the key to a play like this is when the ball travels this far in the air, they teach you, don't look back, look up, because that's where the ball will be. And in this case, he was able to secure it and come away with a big touchdown.
The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Receiver in motion, going right. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
And you could tell pretty quickly, Mike, that once the quarterback started chopping his feet, that there was nowhere for him to go. Great job by the defense, not only reading quarterback run, but getting him down behind the line.
On second down, they'll run. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up third down. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains. They'll stay on the ground. Past midfield to the 45. The speed on display. He's in. Touchdown, Washington. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
York, good on the extra point. And the Commanders will extend this third quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. A throw over the middle, going to be caught by Franklin. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Bold decision there by this quarterback to attack a guy who's already made you pay for challenging him earlier today. He trusted his guy to not only win, but to defeat man coverage, and I think he got away with one there.
And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
That is caught! And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. He'll drop to throw. He's got it at the 3. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. And it's a poor kick here. Doesn't even make the landing zone. So that means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line.
What took you so long? That is 100% a penalty. It's all over him.
A pair of first downs gives them 1st and 10 up at the 40. This drive will start on the ground. He's beyond midfield to the 45. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. So back and forth they go as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Sometimes there's just nowhere to go, right? We ask these running backs, Mike, to do a lot of work, find space, create something out of nothing. Well, this time, he was able to create nothing out of nothing.
Here's a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
A safe kick taken at the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Up the middle they go. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Commanders. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
York now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Commanders will add one more onto their big lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. It's 1st down, and they'll run. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play, behind the line.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
The rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays, run and pass, all they've done is go backwards.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield, and he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive.
Let's go.
They'll go with a counter on 1st down. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. To throw is Daniels. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 38-yard line.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He's going to look for the home run ball. That's caught. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
This is exactly what you want to do as an offense as you take the field following what they call these sudden change situations. Your defense does a great job, Mike, taking the ball away. The opposing defense now is kind of slow getting on the field. So what do? You challenge them downfield. After that successful throw, the next step is you want to come away with points.
He'll look to throw here on 1st down. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's 1st and goal. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll turn and hand this one off. The ball's out. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. They'll wind up getting enough to pick up the first down. And now the referee looks like he has gotten word from replay. They're going to stop the game inside the last 2 minutes. All replays emanate from there. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. And they convert on 3rd down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. They'll stick with him again. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. So it's a win here for the Commanders. They're able to bounce back after a difficult loss a week ago, respond with a much better overall performance, and it culminates in a victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Commanders are winners, as we say so long from just outside our nation's capital.